I don't know if we'll leave this in, but Bo Bassett decommitted from Iowa.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
We can definitely leave this in.
Did he call you? Is the question.
No, he didn't.
That's pretty crazy.
So it is crazy.
They said it's because they wouldn't let him train at the RTC.
Yeah. So basically, there are other schools that are having guys flown in and paying for living arrangements for them to train at their RTC, which is illegal. Mm-hmm. And the Bassets asked Iowa to do the same thing for them, and they said no because it's illegal. Mm-hmm. They're not going to break the rules. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of extrapolate the data on who would be doing that if you just put some pieces together. Mm-hmm. So, they have high school kids training at their RTC. Doesn't really make sense. Maybe the NCAA should look into that. But
interesting.
Yeah. Why is it like such a bad thing for that to happen?
Why is it illegal? Why is it a bad thing or why is it illegal?
Why is it illegal?
So the rule is you can train at an RTC, but you have to live within 250 miles of that RTC.
Got it.
Right? So if you live in Johnstown, you can train at Penn State, right? Which is where they live, right? But if you live in Johnstown, you can't train in Stillwater. But if you want to train in Stillwater and a donor buys an apartment for you, they think that that's legal, when in reality, it's not, because you're not allowed to pay high school kids NIL money, which they're doing. So, they got a donor to buy him an apartment, so now he's within the radius of being able to train at the RTC.
Right.
So they're breaking a rule to get past another rule.
So when
nobody's calling anybody out on it, but
when can they officially get paid though?
I don't know. I don't know when it is.
Because that's the only.
But you definitely can't do it
while they're still in high school.
well, you can't do it. These kids haven't even started their senior year, so I'm not sure when the crossover point is, but it's definitely not now. Mm-hmm. So that's something I'm not educated on. So I should look into that.
Got it.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see when because there's got to be a clear line on when they can't.
Yeah.
Come to official practice, right?
Well, they can't do any official practices while they're in high school. They have to be on the team to do official practices. But they can do RT. Where it gets muddled is the regional training center stuff.
Got it.
So if you qualify, you have to qualify for a regional training center. So you have to be a state placer is the qualification process.
Or Fargo or
Fargo All-American, blah, 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 this, that. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. So it's not hard. But in addition to that, you have to live in a certain vicinity of the area. And so Iowa was basically we can't have you train with us because you don't live within the area. So yeah. But Bassett's were well, why not? Because other people are doing that.
Got it.
And so then it all blew up.
Props to Iowa.
Yeah, no, I respect that a lot.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, you got to respect that. I mean, I think that they're trying to do things the right way. So, they said, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. That concept's kind of an age-old rule bender, right? Even with high school football, where there's school lines and they would buy a fake apartment or house or
yeah, that's happened for a long time where people want to play sports in a certain school district, so they get an apartment or use whatever address from this or that stuff happens all the time. Yeah, especially in other sports. I think, wrestling, it obviously happens, but I think other sports as well. So
is he going to Oklahoma State or what?
I don't know, man. I don't know. His top list was, I think, Penn State, Nebraska, Oklahoma State. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma State or Nebraska, it's, who knows though? You never know what could happen. And I think that he kind of said that the reason it had nothing to do with the money, and everybody knows he was getting paid a lot of money at Iowa. So if money isn't the priority, then, who knows where he's going to go. But I feel I don't know.
So I just looked it up. So it depends on the state. So if you're, a lot of the NIL deals can get signed before they graduate high school, but until they reach official high school graduation, they can't like get actually
They can't get the
receive any
money.
funds. No.
So they're way in advance. They're
Yeah.
a year in advance.
Yeah, I think it's like the same thing. It's like if you could sign someone to Oregon as a freshman in high school, but that doesn't mean that they have to like
go or do anything.
do anything. So I wonder how. It's such a. They need better terms, and that'll come with time. But that's so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Some high school.
Now,
dude,
somebody should make an anonymous report and check into that.
Yeah. Because some high schoolers, especially down south, are getting paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars to transfer schools.
In high school? Really?
In high school. Because, football is such a big sport down there that.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna trickle down.
Yeah.
Elementary
And
schools.
the public schools have the money.
Yeah.